What's going on, gang? What is up, everybody? Happy Saturday night. Hope everybody's trying to stay as cool as possible. It is hot like Africa out, dude. I felt like I was in a safari in Sudan today. So hot. But I hope you all had a great week. Hope you're all enjoying the weekend. Let's do a quick roly-cally here. What do we got? Dominic and Davis is in the house. What's up, bud? What's happening, man? Michael Maz is in the house. I know. There's always something to talk about in the live stream, isn't there? Game or not. It's always something with the world, with the Yankees, man. Joe, I'll do more trade-a-paloozas like this. I wanted to get that today so that everybody can put their ideas out. I mean, we got a couple of trade gurus here. We've got Talkin, we've got Lorenzo, we got Michael Maz. We have several people who put out some money trades, bold, ballsy, crazy trades. And I want to give other people the opportunity to do it too. So, well, let me finish doing a roll call. But welcome, Joe. I appreciate that, man. I'll definitely do that. Udel's in the house. What's up, butter? How you doing, buddy? Backstage is here. What's up, my man? Hirsch, Andrew, Scanlon Music. Yo, yo, yo. Cup of Joe. What's up? Cup of Joe. Hey, Lori C. How are you? Yankees Army. What is good, everybody? Backstage. Eric Travis, what's happening, gang? I mean, for those that don't know, I'm sure that everybody does. The Yankees won 7-5. It was a Nestor Cortez. Well, I don't think it was a Nestor Cortez win, actually, but it's still a win for the Yankees. And Cortez, I mean, he didn't have his greatest stuff today, but again, you know, it was like 100 degrees out. And every pitcher I saw today wasn't really dealing in any game that was playing in weather like that. The weather's awful, but the fact is the Yankees won. 29-10. Let's go. That's right. You know, for a quick little run through here. I mean, let's see what we've got before we get into the things. Big boys in the house. I'm gonna get to that big boy trade in 1 second. We got kind of Fleffer with the RBI single, DJ with the grand slam. His first grand slam as a Yankee in the second to put him up 5-0, and then Abreu with the 3-run bomb to break it 5-3, and then Donaldson with the RBI fielder's choice. Lurie Garcia with an RBI double, and Josh Harrison RBI double. They had like 3 straight doubles off of Michael King, who did not have it tonight, to make it 6-5. And then Anthony Rizzo had an RBI sax fly, make it 7-5, which is where it ended. Aside from that, Cortez threw 5-6 hits, 3 runs, 7 Ks, 100 pitches. Michael King, an inning and 3 hits, 2 runs. He just didn't have it today. But again, not everybody's going to have it all the time. John Lasagna looked much better today, too, a clean inning. Miguel Castro, two-thirds, and then Clay Holmes came in. It seems to be like the best reliever in baseball right now with an inning in the third. Closed it out for a 7-5 Yankee win. So hopefully this is the start of a new streak, right? And but we'll see. Just as hot as here in North Carolina. I can only imagine, man. I can only imagine. It's good to hear. I'm glad to hear you're doing well, Udall. Always good to hear. The Mafia is doing okay, healthy, happy, and all that stuff. So I'm glad it all went well. We got a big boy trade here. Peraza, Sweeney, Pereira, Florial Cabrera, Waldachek, and Abreu for Juan Soto. If you can get Juan Soto without giving up Volpe and Jason Dominguez or Roderick Arias, like with a package like that, I'd be all over it. You give up some of your shortstop depth. That's the whole point of having 6 top prospects at the position. You can give up some of your depth for a generational player. So, you guys realize any realistic Juan Soto starts with Volpe? Yeah, I would agree with that, Hirsch. I would agree, but if there's, you never know. You never know. Ben Myers in the house. What's happening, man? I have 4 trades here too that are not Juan Soto or Aaron Judge trades, since I think I've pissed off a lot of people with my Aaron Judge trade proposals. So I actually had a great discussion today with Derek Lewandowski over at NYY Recaps. I want to thank him for having me on. We talked about the 1998 Yankees, and he's actually been getting voicemails about people asking about me with my Judge trade proposals. People think I'm nuts, but the fact is, if the Yankees somehow acquire Juan Soto, they're not extending Aaron Judge. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if Hal Steinbrenner did that. Absolutely floored. Like my head would. It would be like, you know, Linda Blair from The Exorcist, just spitting out pea soup and his head spinning and all that stuff. It would be crazy. It'd be nuts. Benches clearing today was crazy. Yeah, we'll get to that, Aiden. We'll definitely get to that. All right, Kansas City gets Gleyber Torres, Gallo, Vargas, Gomez, Higashioka. Angels get Judge, Sweeney, Peraza, Garcia, Chapman. New York Yankees get Whit Merrifield, MJ Melendez, ooh, Hazley, Trout, Iglesias, Bachman. Damn. Beast trade Mazza. Mazza's throwing out the fire already, man. Throwing out the fire. Your voice is scratchy. Did they trach? Did they go down with the tracheotomy to take care of to do the procedure? Or are you saying my voice is scratchy? If it is, I'll see what I can do here, but my volume's good. If you guys don't mind, hit that like button, smash that like button. I want to get them likes up really quickly. Try to get to 100 likes as quickly as we possibly can. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Let me give you one of my trades. This is a Yankees. In my opinion, the Yankees need to address outfield and pitching, right? Relief and starting pitching. So because with Chad Green out, he's not IL. He's not confirmed to be all the way down yet, but Luis Hill is out for probably until 2024. So this one, the Yankees acquire outfielder Andrew Benintendi and reliever Scott Barlow, who is a very good reliever on a crappy team. And he's under control until 2025 in exchange for a package that's led by Everson Pereira, probably Luis Medina. I'm going to guess an Austin Wells and maybe another couple of pieces as well. But if you can get that outfielder, that young outfielder in here, and that elite reliever that's controllable for a couple of years, especially since most likely Chapman's gone, most likely Britton's gone, and I don't want to get to the point where they're overworking their bullpen because they're starting to lean on them a little bit harder than usual. So, this to me it represents a decent trade. So you guys let me know what you think of that. They get Benintendi, 27-year-old left-handed hitting contact outfielder, and Scott Barlow, relief pitcher, with 2.5 more years of control from the Royals. So that's my first trade. Molly, hello. Video's better now, Kate Ben. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I can get into Soto trades, but not Judge trades. Marcus, you get into Soto? Let's go, man. Let's go. I think I'm leading the YouTube brigade in Judge trades. But again, the way I said it, I don't know if you folks remember, I said it from the start, from a long time ago. The only way I trade Judge is if he rejects an extension, which he did. He did. I'm not trading him for fun. So I want to make that clear again. So, but Molly, hello. Udall, man. Billy Branch is in the house. One guy would love to see the Yankees get is Amir Garrett. So he was traded to the Royals not too long ago, Billy. So he might be he might be a good one. He might be a good one. So, let's see. You folks hear me? Trade Gallo for Stanton. Gallo for Stanton? Oh, Soto for Gallo. I'm not moving Stanton under any circumstances, personally, but that's just me. Yeah, his hair, Ben. I wish he would be able to keep his hair. I really would. Yankees should get Frankie Montez. He's going to be another one. It's going to be a lot of attention on him, but I would go after him too. Don't trade Aaron Judge, please, Molly. No, I get it. I mean, at this point, if the Yankees get Soto, then there's three options essentially. You can ride it out, right? Two options. You can ride it out and keep Judge and try to win the World Series this year, even after getting Soto, or obviously then you let him walk for nothing in free agency, and you've got the upgrade there and want Soto anyway, or you can overpay him massively for an extension this offseason, or obviously you can trade him and recoup some of the stuff that you just gave up, because you're going to give up the farm for Soto. You can get a chunk of that farm back, and this is a very unprecedented time, I think, for the Yankees, because they're in a position where they can bring in a generational player, right, and send out a superstar and replenish a lot of what they gave up for this generational player. That's the way I look at it. And even if you write out the gap, right, you buy out Soto's last 2 years of ARB, and then you give him a 10-year contract. At the end of the 10-year contract is going to be maybe only 2 years after the start of Judge's 10-year contract, if he gets a 10-year contract. So it's just something to think about. So, Dominic, thank you, man. Chad Green, yeah, I think his absence is going to make a difference. I mean, he's not as dominant as he was before, but he hasn't been on the IL since 2016. He's been one of the more reliable Yankee relief pitchers, and it's going to be felt. It's like, especially today. I mean, they used King, they used Holmes. They have a doubleheader tomorrow. And I know they got Marinaccio, but, like, at some point, they're going to have to bring up another arm. They really are. So, and that's where I think they should be doing that now, Steven, Judge rejected an extension because he wasn't getting a deal comparable to the other players of his caliber. The other players of his caliber, Steven, were 5 years younger. That's the other issue, 4 years younger. So, and that he's a victim, and I said this before, he's a victim of a late service time clock. And that's it's working against him, unfortunately. He's going to be 31 when this thing starts. These other guys start their contracts at like 26. And that's a huge difference. I totally get what you're saying. But, I'm personally, I think it was more than a fair deal. I mentioned before I would go up to 35 per year for 7, but even 35 million a year for 7, which is 245, it's still 115 million short of what he asked for, 360. So it's going to be really hard to close that gap, in my opinion. But crazy things have happened. So imagine Soto, Judge, Stanton, outfield. It would be completely insane. Completely insane. So, yeah, tomorrow night's game is the ESPN game of the week. Tomorrow afternoon's game at 3 o'clock is going to be Amazon Prime. So, go to Soto. Yeah. Charlie Blackmon. Yeah, he's just older. He's like 35. I mean, I personally would go after Benintendi or whatnot, but, there's some guys out there. I mean, I'm really curious to see. What happens. But Soto, I mean, now is if they're gonna get him at any point in time, it's now. It's now. So Banuelos and Shelby Miller up. Yeah, they're up there in AAA. So hopefully, their options too. You've got obviously Clark Schmidt, who's up now. And at some point, I think Ken Waldichuk will make it up to the major leagues. He just got promoted to AAA this past week. So it's going to be really interesting to see. Cashman's I think he's going to be relatively busy at deadline. So Nationals going to win. Yeah, the Nationals are definitely going to want a boatload. They're going to get it. Because, again, this is a generational player. So they get boatloads. Seattle gets Hicks, Licky, Gallo, Vargas, Gomez. The Dodgers get Judge, Torres, Chapman, Sweeney, Waldichuk. Oh, man. The Yankees get Jesse Winker, Luis Castillo. No, not Castillo. Which Castillo are you talking about? Winker, Castillo. Bellinger, Gratterall. He looked good tonight, Gratterall. Hawks, Cartier, Pages. Oh, yeah, I'd take that too. Which Castillo are you talking about? Mazza. I'm curious. I want to make sure I get it right. Hate to compare this thing to the Tony Romo situation, but I see similarities. The Cowboys extended Romo when they did because he was only going to get more expensive. Judge might be the same thing. Yeah, I mean, his free agent value is going up. But at the same time, his trade value is going up, so the Yankees can extract more from him. And the fact that he's already said no, and I would be willing to bet money that if Texas Rangers come out of nowhere and offer him $325 million, he's going to Texas. Okay? And again, it's his right to cash in. This is his one time to do it. I have no issue with that. I can't blame him for it. And he's having an MVP type season, so he might as well cash in. Milwaukee offers him. He's going to go to Milwaukee. Like, he's going to go to the highest bidder. I'm pretty confident of that. So the loyalty is going to be to that. And again, this is an opportunity to do that, so you can't fault me for that. But again, I don't want the Yankees losing them for absolutely nothing. I think it would be foolish. So, and I think the best time to extend it would have been a couple years ago, but that didn't happen. So it is what it is at this point. College years. Yeah, I mean, he's starting his free agency at 5 years, after most other guys like Bryce Harper, Manu Chao, they hit it in 26. Soto would be hitting it in 26 if he gets that far. Like, that's, it's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. So, and again, a 10-year contract at 26 takes you to 36. A 10-year contract at 31 takes you to 41. That's a massive difference. Massive difference. So, I would love to see the dynamic duo Waldichuk and his name. So would I. So, and yeah, he chose to go to college. And you can't fault Judge for that either, Lori C., right? You want to go to college. He played well through the system. So he's got his sheepskin. He's got his degree. So you can't fault the guy for that. You can't. So it's just it's a time service thing, service clock. So I don't think the Yankees have enough to get Soto. You don't, Davey? I think they do. I think they're one of the few teams who do, who have enough and have the money to get him to still sign him long term. Man, but they have over $100 million coming off the book in these next few years. The Yankees, they have a ton coming off the books. Mafia wiffle ball team would not want you. I don't disagree with you there, Udo. I don't disagree with you, Ben. John Blum's in the house. What's happening, man? I hate ESPN games. Yeah, Marcus Keller. Yeah. Is that K-Rod, if I'm not mistaken, or I don't remember. I don't remember if it's K-Rod on the ESPN Game of the Week. I like Stanton Donaldson alternated DH. Yeah, I mean, you could do that too. Donaldson, I mean, yeah, I like him in the field too because his defense is very good. Where would we trade Gallo? Honestly, big boy, at this point, I would try to move them, eat half their contracts, and just try to get a marginal prospect in return, or whatever payroll relief you can get. You get payroll relief and you move on and you clear the roster spot and fill it with two more productive guys. I think they're going to keep, at the very least, Hicks around because his on-base percentage, because he walks so much. But if they find a buyer, I think they're going to go after it, man. You know, they already have LeCastro. They have Ender Inciarte. They've got Estevan Florial. So they have guys that can come in. So Judge is right to want as much as you think. I doubt anyone has given him tenure, though. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, again, it's his right to ask for whatever he wants. There's no guarantee he's going to get it. It's guarantee teams have to give it to him. But the fact is, he was $147 million apart from what the Yankees offered him. That is a ton of money. You know, not everyone likes Pete Rose. Yeah, Pete Rose is a different story, man. Different story. Nolan Ryan, different story. Randy Johnson, different story. Satchel Paige, way different story. Soto will cost us the whole farm as a starter. He's going to cost probably 5-year top 10s, maybe 6 at least, and then a couple of marginals behind that. But again, he's the type of player you do that for. And how many of those, again, prospects are prospects. No guarantee they all get up anyway. And how many of those really have a legitimate chance to make the starting lineup in the Yankees over the next couple of years? That's the other question. So there's a lot of questions to ask, right? And but I get the different points of view. I do. You know, I feel like Urias, Bellinger, and Turner would get Judge from the Dodgers. Urias, Bellinger, and Turner would get. I don't think, man. If Judge got that much, I would be pleasantly surprised. I mean, I really would. I think he'll agree to a long-term extension, Judge, to a West Coast team. I think he will. And again, the Dodgers, 4 teams, in my opinion. Dodgers, Padres, Giants, Mariners, I think, are the 4 teams. And I think Texas could be the dark horse because then they're going to want to continue to add and build to what they've already started. And if they start to play well, you know, they give him like this A-Rod situation where Texas came out of nowhere and blew everybody out the water for A-Rod. I could see it happening again for Aaron Judge. So, Ender Inciarte for the outfield. Yeah, Ender Inciarte should get an opportunity too. You know, he really should. Like, they have Inciarte, they've got LeCastro, who's coming back from injury, and Estevan Florial, who's also, like, murdering the ball in AAA. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, there are a few players in the major leagues right now that would cost an absolute ransom, and Soto is one of them. Steven, I mean, it would be nice if Gallo turned it around. If he stayed here and turned it around, it would be fantastic. It'll be fantastic. So, Royals have a great catcher. Yeah, MJ Melendez, and he's Salvador Perez, who's banged up. He's Perez's backup right now. So I could see Salvador Perez moving to first base or being a DH and having this kid Melendez catch. So Perez has revamped his entire offensive stance and position and hitting. So he's a hell of a lot better hitter now too. Having both of them there, not a bad thing for the Royals. But I just don't see them in contention either. But man, and crazy things have happened, man. So they're the 2015 World Series champs. So, man, as Minnesota gets Gallo, Green, Vargas, Bro, Gomez. San Diego gets Judge, Torres, Licky, Tyon. Ooh, he was Tyon, Sweeney, Wells. Yankees get Darvish, Grisham, Gore, Polanco, Austin. Wow, that's another nice trade too. McKenzie. Well, you're getting 2 pitchers back. Okay, Darvish and Gore. Okay, makes it more at least palatable for me to move on from Tyon. So, well done, Maz. I'll give you my second one here. New York acquires Devin Williams from the Baltimore Orioles, stud reliever, for a package starting with Austin Wells and Estevan Florial, and then tacking on probably 2 more top 15 prospects. It could be, it could be like a Wells, a Florial, it could be an Oswaldo Cabrera, and somebody else too. I think they'd get somebody like that if they can, a Barlow or a Devin Williams to get into that bullpen, add another weapon there. I think it'd be a good idea. Yeah, Boone loves. I get it, but Hicks is not working out, unfortunately. And I'm with you too, Lori 16. It's Gallo's off too. It's just not working out there. He doesn't seem to be a fit here anymore, unfortunately. So a change of scenery might be good for him. I don't hate the guy. I wish he would have done well here, but I think a change of scenery at this point would be good or best for him. So he can kind of resurrect and get back on track for his career. Because he does have serious power potential. So, Hicks is not. Yeah, Ellsbury couldn't even stay in the darn field. Hicks is coming off like almost a 2-year layoff. So I think it's one reason he's taking so long. And again, he's exercising a lot of patience by drawing a lot of walks. It's not sexy, but his on base percentage is like 400. It's one of the highest on the whole team. So again, can't overlook that. So. You're right. Soto is worth to give up all the farm, but I think we need to save our farm to do more than one just trade. Well, so here's another one, Davey. I got to trade number 3. Rather than going for Soto, the Yankees go for Brian Reynolds from the Pirates, top stud superstar. He will cost a lot, but not as much as Soto. But I think Brian Reynolds, he's on a cheaper contract for the next 4 years anyway. It leaves room for them to re-sign Judge. Then makes it easier for them to re-sign Judge. And if you re-sign Judge and add a Brian Reynolds, now you're in business. And he would be the perfect prototypical center fielder and leadoff hitter for the Yankees. I mean, you're going to have to add Jason Dominguez, Oswaldo Cabrera, Luis Medina, Josh Bro. You can throw in Aaron Hicks and need half his contract to give the Pirates back an outfielder at the major league level. But I don't see him getting Reynolds without starting with Dominguez. To me, I don't see it being possible. And Brian Reynolds would be the guy, in my opinion, to go get if they're not going to get Juan Soto. And again, Reynolds makes it easier for them to re-sign Judge. So that alone is a consideration to a fair one. So let's get them likes up, by the way, guys and gals. If you don't mind, hit that like button. This thing's going fast now. Haniger's still out. Yeah, great too. Yeah. Ola's in the house. Just got MJ Melendez. Oh, nice, Yodel. That's a good one, man. It's a good one. It's a very good one. Backstage. Oh, Backstage has a trade. Here we go. Yankees get Josh Hader, Corbin Burns, and Yelich for Judge, Chappie, and the... Oh, you're bringing the funny tonight, I see. Okay. All right. I like it. Unlike Sick, Gallen, all go up. Yeah. Agreed, Steven. Agreed. If the fans didn't like what the Yankees would have had to give up to get Olsen, they will faint when they have to hear how much Soto's going to cost. Yeah, exactly. Soto's going to make an Olsen trade look pale in comparison. Plus, Olsen's a stud player. I mean, he's off to a slow start, but he's a stud player. Soto, again, top 3 player in the game, and he's 23. So, and it's pretty obvious that he's not going to re-sign with the Nationals. So teams would line up for that dude. I still would love to get Reynolds from the Pirates. Yeah, Reynolds rap, baby, Dominic. I love the Reynolds rap. I love it. I like Trevino, too. I really, really do. Lungs in the house. Let's go, brother. I like Jose Trevino very much, Hirsch. Torres and Peraza for Jake. Ooh. That's intriguing, Sean. Salute, Morning Brew. Yankees Morning Brew. What's going, bro? How you doing, my man? Good to have you on. Torres and Peraza for Jake Cronenworth. That's interesting. That's intriguing. Let me sit on that a little bit. Oh, Maz has got Judge trade number 4 here. Giants, Yankees, Oakland. Let's go. Big boy. JP Sears. Chaparro. Beckway for Benintendi and Garrett. Yeah. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir, big boy. I would do that. Hicks does not have some. He has very little trade value, David. But there's a team out there. I mean, that's right. If you add him as a throw on, and let's just say you go for Brian Reynolds, and somehow you can pry him away from the Pirates, you add another prospect to Hicks to make it possible. And at least, and if you pay half his contract, the Pirates get an outfielder for $5 million a year who can play a little bit decent, and I'll probably be better over there. Every time the Yankees trade somebody away to the Pirates, they pitch well. AJ Burnett, Francisco Cervelli. Every time they send somebody to the Padres, they play better. So, I would try to add Hicks to that deal if I possibly could. Marcus, yeah, Boris is a master gamesman too. He plays games with everybody, so he's the best at the game and this stuff. So I don't take him much on his word. Gal's never going to hit for average no matter where he plays. I agree 100%, Robert. 100%. Hicks used to be 5'2". Yeah, ever since he got his Tommy John surgery, he hasn't had the arm anymore, right? And it's just unfortunately. Thank you, backstage, man. I appreciate it. It was a great time with Derek and my recaps today. We talked about the '98 Yankees and what made them special, and even did some comparisons to this year's team, and that was a good time. He has a great channel. It's a great channel. Mazza. Yankees get Giants. Sorry, get Judge, Gallo, Chad Green, Vargas. Oakland gets Torres, Anthony Sigler, Trey Sweeney, Andres Gomez, Ken Wolochuk. The Yankees get Duvall, Santos, Matos, Montes, Soderstrom, and Houston. Man, that's one of my more favorite trades right there. Mazza. I like it. Me gusta. I'll give you my fourth and last trade, guys and gals. The Yankees acquire 2 Luises from Cincinnati, Luis Castillo, and they bring back Luis Sessa from the Cincinnati Reds, who are, I think they're 7-28 or something like that, with a pack, and both of them are here under control until 2024. So that's another good thing too, for a package starting with like Hayden Wesneski, Oswald Peraza, and then some more players after that. But I think you're going to have to add like Wesneski. I'd rather add him than a Wolochuk. And you're going to have to get somebody like that, a right-handed power arm, to replace Luis Castillo. So it's just, I don't see it happening otherwise. But Peraza, Wesneski, maybe like an Austin Wells or an Everson Pereira and some other guys too. But if you can get Sessa, who was fantastic here, and Luis Castillo, that to me is a nice trade. And again, this trade addresses starting pitching and relief. The one before that addresses the outfield, Brian Reynolds. The one before that, strictly relief. And then the first one addresses outfield and bullpen. So these to me are the most representative positions of representative significant need for the Yankees. Outfield, bullpen, starting pitching. They can never have enough pitching. I mean, like I said too, when it rains, it pours, and they lost Chad Green and Luis Hill in the span of 2 days. So it just happens like that. And we don't know yet whether Chad Green's going to come back as quickly. He's on the 15-day out, but that could easily transition to 60. We just don't know yet. It's good to hear that Zach Britton's throwing like at 120 feet and all that stuff. That there's a chance he might come back, but we need more than that. We do. Okay. Britton came back last year, and he had like a very slow, like a month and a half before we kind of started rolling. And by then it was almost too late. So that's my other fear. I'm going to get somebody in here. I'm going to get somebody here now. That's what I would do. I in Hawaiian, yeah, baby, another Yankees win. Hopefully this is a start of another series win, Got to take 2 more out of the White Sox. They're here for 4. So, yeah. Yeah. So we got 2 tomorrow. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens, man. What else we got here? 98 Yankees have a monster lineup and starters that were able to keep us in the. Yes, that was a relentless lineup. There were no holes in that lineup, Davey. 0 holes. 0. Laurie C. All of Hicks' deficits. He can't throw, can't hit, can't field, cancel the fact that he gets walks. It's no longer. Yeah, well, you're right about that. It's no longer good enough. You're absolutely right about that, Laurie C. 100%. 98, excellent bench. Yeah, I mean, from Strawberry to Tim Raines, they had Chad Curtis, they had Shane Spencer, they had Ricky Leday, they had Chili Davis. Like that bench was ridiculous. So, yeah, it's crazy. What we got here? This thing's going fast. I'm trying to make sure I catch everything here. I think Bart Gardner's either going to go to the Yankees or retire, Aiden. But and you're asking Billy, but that's my opinion on that. Mazza, Miami, Yankees, Dodgers, Marlins get Gallo, Herman, Gomez, Licky. Dodgers get Judge, Torres, Chapman, Vargas, Wells. Yankees get Sandy Alcantara, Perez, JJ Bleday, Bristol, Gratterall, Bellinger, Lux. Yeah, I take that one. That's my favorite trade. By like 10 miles. So far tonight, Mazza, my favorite trade. Yeah. Billy. Yankee. Hopefully they sweep tomorrow. It'd be fantastic. Juan Soto for Hill. Volpe. That's going to cost more than that. Mr. Top Gaming. I would love it if it cost that little, but it's going to cost a hell of a lot more than that. Who are they calling up for the 27th man? I haven't seen it yet, John Blum. Honestly, would I rather have peak prime A-Rod or Jeter? Well, without steroids, prime A-Rod. He was miles better than Jeter. Miles. And even without steroids, he was a 500 home run guy. And so, yeah, take prime A-Rod. He was unstoppable when he was hitting in his prime. Let me make sure here. And did they call up anybody yet for the 27th man? Let's double check. I don't see anything yet. No. Nothing yet. Nothing yet on the 27th man for the Yankees. So I'll put that out, John, if it comes out. May 19th, 1998, Yankees brawl with Orioles. May 20, 1976, Yankees brawl with Red Sox. May 21st, 2022, almost brawl with the White Sox. Look at that. I like that, Robert. May must be a brawly month, man. I'll tell you that. I was at that 1998 brawl game. Excuse me. That's right, Lori. That's right. You're right. 3-game series. My apologies. Few weeks we spoke about what's up with Jeff Nelson's top of the head. Maybe had procedure in his own blood thinners, make blotches on his skin. It could be. You don't know. It could be. It could be. Why are you talking about trays when they're playing awesome? Trades, Lewis? They're awesome, but they're awesome, and they've already started to show cracks. That's why showing cracks in the bullpen, okay? And the fact is, their rotation, they need another arm. They cannot afford to lose a guy. One of the backups they had that would have come up, Luis Hill, is having Tommy John, so he's out. I know they have some other guys at AAA, but another reliable arm is key. That's why you can never, stop making the team better. So that's the way I look at it. Aaron Judge special between the Nationals, the Yankees, and the Marlins. Let's go. Let's go, Mazza. Frankie Montez would be fantastic, Aiden. Really would for the Yankees. I hope that they make a legitimate run for him. I really do. Juan Plug. I would agree with that. The 2009 team was underrated too. I agree. That was a good team. 98 was special, but 2009 was a very good team. So now that CC's in top shape, tempting for mine to come back. That would be kind of cool, Udall. All right, Mazza, Miami, Torres, Gallo, Gomez, Wisniewski, Wells, Judge, Volpe to the Nationals with Dominguez, Peraza, Sweeney, Hill, and Bro. And the Yankees get Alcantara, Chisholm, Bleday, Soto, Robles, okay, that's my new favorite trade after the Dodgers one. It's my new favorite. Mazza, my new favorite, man. Yeah, we can never have enough starters, enough relievers. The Yankees always have an issue with these guys. Donaldson, so today's almost brawl. Like, so many different ways to look at it. And the fact is, and there's so many people thinking this way, there's so many people thinking that way. The fact is, the only two people that heard the conversation were Tim Anderson, Josh Johnson, right? Nobody else. So, couple of questions I have, like Tim Anderson, okay, he called himself the modern day Jackie Robinson, but then right afterward he said modern day Jackie Robinson to bring fun back to baseball. So the way I looked at it was he wants to bring fun, like he wants to be the guy to bring fun back to baseball, like it wasn't fun. And Donaldson's, is a fun-loving guy who kind of likes to break balls and stuff like that. So to me, that was his. I don't know, maybe he's ribbing him and whatnot. But my other question is, some people are saying it's racist now. It wasn't racist all these other years that you were joking about it with him, and then why is it all of a sudden racist now? That's my other question. Also, Donaldson said that's not what he meant, but if he did, and he took it that way, he did offer an apology today too. So I want to give him credit for that. But the fact that people are talking about suspending this guy over something that can't be proven, right? It's just the two of them. You're going to suspend this guy, but then you're going to let Astros players off the hook for a year-long blatant cheating scandal, and they're not going to be suspended? You're going to suspend this guy for this? So, yeah, Donaldson went on. Yes, he did, but then that was after Anderson called himself the modern-day Jackie Robinson. That's where it came from. So, but I get it. So there's a lot of different ways of looking at it. But again, this is not a scandal. In my opinion, it's not a scandal. So, and again, he said today, if he took it the wrong way and it upset him, that he apologized. So, Anderson can also say, hey, I'm not really taking well to his comments anymore. So, and, can you please not say it? I'm sure Donaldson would have been cool. The first thing he did when he came here was to make peace with Garrett Cole. So, I don't think Donaldson would have taken offense to that. But that's not what happened. So, yeah, I don't see. I mean, La Russa said it, yeah, and La Russa he didn't hear it. This is the other thing. I know he's backing up his player. I get that. So, and his teammates are backing him. I totally get that. That's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. But I don't understand it either. Like he never called Tim Anderson, as far as we know. He never called Tim Anderson Jackie before Tim Anderson started calling himself Jackie, right? So, and again, some context is important to me. He called himself the modern-day Jackie Robinson as bringing fun back to baseball, not breaking another color barrier or increasing the amount of black players or whatever. He didn't say any of that stuff. He said bringing fun back to the game. That's what making the game fun. So, and again, you have a guy who likes to break balls like Donaldson. So, and to me, it's blown out of proportion. But again, people, if they're going to suspend this guy for that, and not suspend the Astros players for what they did, there's something really, really wrong with baseball. Yeah, Anderson's not. He's a great hitter and all that stuff, and he's not a Hall of Fame. He's not. Jackie Robinson's a whole nother. It's a standard bearer, Jackie Robinson, man. I hope Donaldson goes deep tomorrow. Heck yeah. Yeah, it's. Stanton is on everything. And it's funny when it suits Anderson. It seems. Yeah, it's true. It's true. And Anderson doesn't like it. All of a sudden, it is what it is, man. JD has brought attitude and swagger. He's brought the villain back to this team that we needed. We needed a villain here, man. That's what I'm saying. What I think of Aaron Boone saying our guys are savages in the box at him, I don't disagree. He's right. Especially this year. They're more savage this year than they were last year. So there's a much more focused and disciplined team. This team has Rocky Balboa in it. When it gets knocked down, it comes right back up. Gets knocked down, comes right back up. And I like that fight in this team. They didn't have that last year. And they got rid of a lot of the laziness on the team with the Gary Sanchez, some other guys, and they brought in hustle. They brought in attitude with Donaldson. They brought in hustle with kind of fluff. They brought in a different mindset in this team. And it's also there's an era of accountability on this team. The guys are owning up to stuff right away, which I haven't seen in a long time with the Yankees. So I like that too. So the Hicks walk, yeah, I mean, he's drawing some key walks. I mean, got to give him that. So what's it going to be? Calls himself. And then Jackie Robinson, but he doesn't want to be called Dominic. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I don't. It doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to get down on suspense to win again. You might be right, maybe. You might be right, Steven. You might be right with that one. No modern day Jackie, regardless of what Tim is. Yeah, that's true. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right, man. Jackie's a generational guy. He's a standard there, man. And there'll be another Jackie Robinson. Anderson is like Kyrie. Oh yeah, Kyrie is. I personally can't stand Kyrie Irving, but I get what you're saying, you know. And Anderson's a great player. He's a great hitter, and he's the highest batting average in baseball collectively over the last 3 or 4 years. So he's clutch. He's clutch too. I have a hard time believing these ball players, especially after the Miles Straw situation. Dude said he was defending his teammates when he actually climbed the wall to further antagonize the fans. Oh, I know. I saw that. Omar, that's a great point. It's a great point. He did get up there and told him like in his face and hit. Like, yeah, you're right about that. He poked the bear, man. And this isn't, you know, Arizona where the people are nice. This is the Bronx, dude, the Bronx Zoo. And you're going to get dudes in your face. Like, that's what happens here. Yankees need to consider making moves for starter, bullpen, and center outfield play. Yes, 100%, Mazza. 100%. No one in the league is trying to scrap it. The Yankees look like a football team. They do. A bunch of tight ends. Like, there's some big boys on this team, man. Really big dudes on this team. Now, yeah, Stanton's batting like 315. Yo. Yeah. I'm liking what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing. So, JD does have swag. I hope he does go deep. So, again, I think it's blown out of proportion. Again, if it's true and he's lying, Donaldson, then go pound the guy. Pound him. But, it's how are we going to prove it is the problem. Is the question, how are we going to prove it? No one in the world heard it except for the two of them. So I don't know what Tony La Russa wasn't on the field. I understand the logic of standing up for your guys, of course. Everyone does what his guys and managers do for their team. So I get it. IKF and Donaldson brought fire. Yes, they have, man. Yes, they have. In a way that the team hasn't had in a while. So, I know, Don. Yeah, Yankee fans, they're going to run with this Jackie thing now. Jackie. Yep, they're going to run with it. That's all you need, man, to poke. I remember JD walk-off home run would be awesome, Lori. I remember when the Yankees played the Phillies in the World Series in 2009, and before the series started, Jimmy Rollins said, we're going to sweep the Yankees, but if we feel generous, maybe we'll let them win one game. That's all you needed to rile up the crazies. I remember I was at Game 6 with my wife and mom. At the end of the game, they had coffins with Jimmy Rollins. They were like on fire, burning coffins with Jimmy Rollins. They were burning streetlights. It was crazy. Absolutely nuts. But that's all you need to rile up these folks, man. Yankee fans are no joke, man. And that's I appreciate that. You know where you stand pretty much right away. So, and I like that. It's not always the right move, but you know where you stand right away. So, yeah, JD had a beef with Garrett Cole. He's a passionate player. Yeah, and a couple of other people. He said it about Lucas Giolito last year and blah blah blah. And again, Cole for some reason was made the poster boy of Spider Tack last year, even though almost everybody was using it. So it is what it is. But the first thing he did when he came here was make peace with Garrett Cole. So I gotta respect that. Anderson still said it was kind of a collision course, and Donaldson happened to be on top, and his weight was on him and whatnot. So I get it, but he didn't intentionally try to hurt the guy or anything like that. I get what you're saying too, Yankee by nature, but I don't think this is going anywhere. People are just going to talk about them. So Griffey, who a lot of fans regard as the best player, got a lot of support by not being a steroid guy who was on the cover. Yeah, he played the game clean. Ken Griffey played it clean, man. One of the best ever. Yeah, Stanton's on fire, man. I like when he's hitting lots of singles out as a field. He's just going to keep adding his play, and he's going to wind up like 40 plus home runs there too. This is just so stupid. Whatever. Yeah, exactly. One play. It's just going to rile more people up. So, and it is what it is. So, LaRusso was at happy hour. He was before the game. Yeah. Can you hear me, guys? You can hear me, right? I can see. I can sound fine. I took my mic off. So I took it off because we had mic issues last time. So I might get a new mic. So Donaldson reminds me of Poland. Yeah, he does. I mean, Poland, it wasn't really – he was more serious, obviously, than Donaldson. But even one way or another, I mean, Donaldson brings that swag here. I mean, he brings it – he brings attitude. And he brings, confidence. He brings defense here. So not everybody is going to have the same type of personality. Do I think they plunk Donaldson? There's a good chance that they might plunk him. The guy's going to get ejected immediately if that happens. So I don't see the point of punking him, but I could see it happening. It's happened before. So LaRusso needs more colorful. Oh my God! Yeah. Nightingale has been talking about Judge getting payday. He's going to get a payday, Adam, right? He's going to get paid one way or another. I mean, if he keeps playing this way, yeah, there's no doubt about it. But at the same time, how much is he going to get paid and how many years is he going to get it for, right? That seems to be the question of the month. And, and if he stays healthy too, he stays healthy and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I could see him now getting close to 280 to 300 million. I could. I really, really could. Somebody's going to massively overpay the guy if he becomes available. Which is, again, why would they do that, the Yankees? Why? I know he's a homegrown guy and whatnot, but at this point, they've enjoyed a lot of his prime years. And that, if you give him an 8 or 10 year deal, 2026 to 2030 is going to be ugly. Ugly. And that's my biggest fear, my biggest concern. So, yeah, I mean, I hope Donaldson doesn't get plunked tomorrow. Kopech is pitching one of the games, and I'm not sure who's pitching the other game. But tomorrow for the Yankees, it's Tyone and Severino for both games. So, is Jacob deGrom my favorite player because of the team he's on? Me? No, Adam. I like Jacob deGrom. He's not my favorite player. Yeah. And the Mets are definitely not my favorite team. Team kind of reminds me of 2018 Red Sox. No big changes on paper, made fundamental changes. And yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they're doing. They're proving themselves, right? They're learning how to function together and in an orderly way. Oh, Johnny Cueto, that's right, Marcus. He's pitching the first game. Kopech is picking the second game. Thank you. That's right. Cole gave Donaldson the high five. I saw that too, Tom, at this point, I agree with you. It would be a mistake to not trade Judge. I agree 100%. Would love to see the Yankees trade for Andrew Benintendi, good lefty Red Sox fan. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool, Mark. It really would. It really would. I saw that too, Lion. Red Sox are heating up. So is Trevor Story. 11 RBIs in his last, I think 11 at bats or something like that. That's crazy. The Donaldson incident is one of the more interesting things that outside of yeah, I mean, he was interesting. So I give him that. I mean, he's not crazy like Trevor Bauer, so, but he's interesting. I mean, he's always into something. So it just reminds me of guys like David Wells. There's always some kind of chatter, whatever, because he liked to party, like to have a good time, and talk back to people. Like Donaldson's very similar. He's like the offensive version to me of David Wells. So, to me, his voice is still problematic here. Donaldson is getting investigated. Let me try this. Let's see. Let me take this out. How about now? How about now? Donaldson's getting investigated for racist comments. Never good when it comes to guys in here say compared to guys red-handed shit. Exactly, Brian. Nobody can prove it. That's the problem. Tim is a free agent after the season along with Trey Turner. Yeah, that's true. Right now it's good. All right, I'm gonna get a much better micro. There was some padding underneath my laptop, which might have maybe clouded the sound a little bit. So my apologies. I'm gonna get a new mic. So loud and clear, perfect. To make certain, have Brad speak with Judge's agent. If he rejects them, go. He already rejected them, Doodle. He already rejected them. So I mean, yeah. Thank you. All right, good, better. Why would an athlete even have a Twitter? Okay, yeah, I don't disagree with that one plug. They're just opening themselves up for attacks and criticism and just stupidity and whatever else. So, JD admitted and explained. Yeah, JD admitted, and he said if it rubbed Tim Anderson the wrong way, if he took it like his racism, he apologized. So he did own up. He did own up if that was the case. But why was it the case tonight and not before in the last 2 years? I don't understand that. Yeah, it could. Hopefully, this motivates the Yankees. Hopefully, it wakes them up. Hopefully, it's it's kind of like the 1998 brawl with the Orioles, right? And he's getting 9 years, $300 million. Judge, I could see that. Todd and White too. I could see him getting 9 years, $300 million. Sounds like I'm underwater. Nacho, this is so crazy. Well, this one I'm going to use a different machine my next live stream, so this won't happen. So I'll wrap it up a little early so that you don't have to deal with this choppy voice. But cash flow trading, yeah, that would be nuts. Go for trade, surprise the crap out of him. I know. Do it one last time, not to make a mistake. If denied, we'll go for trade. I get what you're saying, Doodle. I totally get what you're saying. But even if they come out at 280, they're going to be $80 million short. And there's not personally, there isn't a chance in the world I'm going to $300 million for somebody at 31. Again, it's not me. It's not my money, so that's just me. So, but yeah, the Yankees do have the capacity to extend Judge and trade for Soto or Brian Reynolds or whatever they want. They could do any of these things. So, I'm going to miss Aaron Judge. And is Juan DeFranco the best shortstop? I think Juan DeFranco is probably the best in the East right now. I might miss Judge, but again, it's to me, I like Judge, but I like the Yankees better. So, that's the thing. That's just why I see it. I should do a live play-by-play. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can do. I'll do that tomorrow if I can. I've got 2 little girls I have to take care of first, so maybe I could do it tomorrow night at the ESPN game or something like that. That's not a bad idea. At the very least, the last couple innings I can do. So at the very least, because it's an 8:00 game, so I could do that. But let me see what I can do. I'll do some kind of live play-by-play tomorrow. It's not looking like the Yankees will trade Judge, but Cashman has pulled the triggers on some. Yes, he has, Billy. Yes, he has. Nobody saw the A-Rod deal. Nobody. Could the Soto leaks be intentional to go after? It could be. On plug, could be. Or who knows? This is Cashman leaks nothing ever. So, yeah, I saw that. I saw the meeting that he had with his manager in his office that told him he was going to get called up, and his teammates just mobbing him in the office. It was really cool, really, really cool. Maz, have a great night, man. Loved your trades tonight, man. Enjoy the night, man. I'll keep you posted on a trifecta with you, me, and Talbot too. So I'll keep that coming. Nobody saw the Stanton deal coming too. That's a great point, Lori C. It's a fantastic point. Why do Yankee fans sometimes boo their players? This is what you get when Yankee playing. When you're slumping, they boo you. When you're playing well, they cheer you. That comes with the territory as a Yankee fan. They're very passionate. They're very real, and They wear their hearts. We wear our hearts on our sleeves. So that's just the way that it is in New York. Yeah, no, Volpe's starting to adjust. Yeah, he's playing a little bit better. Yep. Marciano and Roderick Arias is starting to play well too. So it's just some of them got off the slow starts. And I think Volpe's gonna be fine. He's still projecting to be a superstar anyway. So, and it's just that's the way. I think he's gonna be fine. But again, the only person I would trade him for would be Juan Soto. Todd and my two speak very easily. I appreciate that, Todd. Yeah, off the cuff is not always easy, but I want to respond to as many of you as possible. So, because you're all part of the family here. So I appreciate you all coming on. So, but I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Again, I try to keep an even keel perspective too on stuff because everybody has their different opinions and views, and I want to respect everybody's points of view and whatnot. And you know the deal. As long as we're cool with each other, it's all good on this channel, man. But I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. Hicks strikes out. I get it before the game. I don't see it. No, I get you, one plug. Yeah, totally one plug. Have I ever heard of a team called the New York Rangers? Are you serious, Adam? Come on. It's my favorite hockey team. You're right, Bernard. Double A has a lot of talent. Yeah, Double A is a huge. If you make it in Double A and get promoted to Triple A, then you're well on your way to the major league. So that's the next big move for Volpe. And it just happened to Waldichuk this past week. So, Yankees will re-sign Judge. They have to. I mean, I get that point too, John B. I hope. I mean, it's true. I get it. Nick Marzullo's in the house. Same to you, man. Hope you have a great weekend too. Pick one player to acquire: Reynolds or Sean Murphy. Brian Reynolds, Michael Jackson, Brian Reynolds. In a heartbeat. The damn baseballs. Yeah, I mean, they've already said those baseballs are going to be here at least the entire year, so maybe they'll do something. Maybe they'll just do something at the end of the season. So, we'll see. John B. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's so much speculation as to what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. So I'm not putting anything past Brian Cashman. Sometimes he waits and does nothing and nothing and nothing for a bunch of something. And if you look back, I mean, would any of those players this past offseason, would I pick any of them over Soto? Nope. Not one. I would pick Soto out over any of them and all of them combined. So it's kind of the way I'm looking at it too. And we just don't know what's in Cashman's brain and Hal's brain, so we just don't know. So offense is heating up across. Yes, it is, big boy. This is true too. Word life for now. Let's not disappoint ourselves. I mean, we don't know what Cashman's going to do. The Rangers are down 2-0, which sucks. Yeah, Hirsch. I mean, I'm not counting out anything, honestly. So, Kenneth, where did I get my info? It leaked that day, later on that day, by either somebody in the Yankee camp or somebody in the Judge camp. But it leaked. It was 10 years, $360 million, and then it was all over the place. And Judge, I don't think, was very happy that it leaked. Would I rather trade for Marte and Kelly from Arizona? Reynolds. At this point, I don't think we need Carson Kelly. I'm happy with the catching situation. I would be going after Brian Reynolds. Teams are scared of overpaying. Look at the Lindor deal now. No, I get it, John B. Totally. Jason Tatum down. Oh, that sucks. Celtics. That's gonna hurt the Celtics. Yeah, I would honestly take Brian Reynolds. That's your boy. Brian Reynolds has been one of my top targets for a couple of years. So, Steven, that's not true. I like Aaron Judge, but the fact is he turned down $30.5 million per year, starting at the age 31. Well, in his contract, which would have started at age 31. So, and we had at some point if the Yankees give him 8 years, the last 4 are going to look terrible. So the Yankees have gotten most of his prime years, or a lot of his prime years already. This is a business decision, in my opinion, Steven. So I like Judge, and I said this before, I like the Yankees better. So, and it's that simple.
It's that simple. And now, if they re-sign Judge, would I be happy? Sure, sure. I'm not going to complain. Oh, Nick, I think they'd be totally fine with all that production you're going to get. He'd be feasting on that right field porch. Oh yeah, baby. No, pay Lindor $32 million a year today, but the Mets said, yeah, yeah. I mean, he was 26 years old too, so you know, Marte, Kelly. Do you mean starting pitch? You're talking about Zach Gallen? It's your boy, Zach Gallen. Carson Kelly's their catcher, unless they have another pitcher named Kelly, which I don't know of. I know Zach Gallen was like their ace. I'd have to look into Kelly, another pitcher, as your boy, but I would still go with Brian Reynolds, and then go for a pitcher in a separate trade. Merrill Kelly. Okay, I have to look into their stats a little bit, and I will actually. Let me pull them up. Josh Dallas is what the Yankees need. You're damn right. You're damn right. Okay, let's see. Merrill Kelly, Diamondbacks. Not bad, but let me take a look at this. Merrill Kelly, how about his contract? Yeah, we have to put everything exactly, Dominic, exactly. You said it perfectly. We have to put everything on the table because for the team's health and moving forward, it's just I think it has to happen. This has to be one of the more serious options. So Merrill Kelly's not a free agent until 2026, but he's 32 now or 33 now, so he seems to be decent. I would still go for Brian Reynolds. It's your boy. I'd still go for Brian Reynolds. Yeah, we have a lot. I mean, we got several farm guys here now. How much is Hicks owed this year and next? He's owed $10 million this year and then $10 million for 3 more after this. So he's a free agent in 2026. So $10 million a year. No, it's all good, man. Yeah, he's until 2026. So again, this is something. I mean, honestly, the Yankees wanted to move him. They probably can find a taker, and they can get half of the contract, $5 million a year, and get $5 million of savings over the next several years. Use that towards a reliever. Use it towards somebody else, right? Or save the money, or whatever they want to do. But at least gives him some payroll relief, and maybe they can replace him with a more productive roster spot, right? So 82 likes. We're almost getting to 100, man. Let's get them up. 100 would be fantastic and greatly appreciated. You're paying Judge for his 30s. You're paying Soto for his prime. He'll be 26 when he exactly word lifer. And if you get him now, it's a big difference. It's a big difference. I mean, it really is. And that's the thing. I understand Judge is homegrown, most popular player with the Yankees. I get it. I totally get it. But the Yankees they missed their opportunity to give him a long-term deal. They should have given it to him when he was 26, 27. They didn't. So kind of like teams are doing now, locking up Fernando Tatis and one of the Francos. They could have done it with Judge, and they didn't. So, and they generally don't, so I get it, but they could have, and they could have made an exception. What do I think? Get rid of Hicks and get Andrew Benintendi. Well, yeah, that would be theoretically that would be nice, Joseph. I mean, I think it's relatively possible. I don't think they're going to release Hicks. I think they're going to want to trade him and get something back, at least some payroll relief. Because if they release him, they're going to eat his whole contract. So, and I don't think they want to do that. Starter and a reliever, yeah, 100%. I mean, John B. I put out a trade earlier. One of my trade proposals was to get Luis Castillo and Luis Cessa from the Reds. One starter, one reliever. 8 and trade Gallagher. Well, theoretically, would be nice. Would be nice. But I feel the Mavs have gone down. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're coming back and beating the Warriors now. I appreciate that, Joseph, man. Thank you for hitting that like button. 85, man. We're 15 away from 100. So, and I appreciate all yous. Appreciate those that hit the likes, man. Thank you. He should, Dominic Davis. I would call up Florial for the doubleheader tomorrow. Why not? He's close, right? He's in Scranton, so he's not far away. It's a short drive. So I would. There are very few icons. Judges one. Lindor, no, I agree. Trout, Ohtani, Judge for sure. Harper too. Harper's right up there. I would put Soto, Todd, on there too. I would put Soto on that list too. I really, really would. Ola, thank you very much for the donor, man. I appreciate that, brother. Hit that like and smash that sub and be part of the fam. Yeah. Anybody who hasn't subscribed, I hope you enjoyed enough to subscribe and come back. Have some fun live streams with us. We keep it just straight up in the live streams. We have a lot of fun. I put out content on a regular, post-game recaps, trade proposals, all different types of stuff. Lineups every day. And any type of breaking news, you're going to get it here. Always on a consistent basis, no matter what. So, and again, I appreciate you. Appreciate you. I am on the road on the march to 25,000 subs. I'm going to try and get it by the end of the year. We're approaching 11,000 right now, so it's going to be a tough one, but I hope that happens. We'll see. We're going to keep rolling, man. I'm going to keep rocking and rolling. Ola, thank you again. I appreciate that, brother. You're the man. One of the OGs, man. We have Luis Serra. Yeah, we would, Robert. A lot of Luises, man. That's right. That's right. Do the Yankees have enough bullpen for the doubleheaders? Well, that's the thing. Like they called up Ron Marinaccio this morning. So I'm guessing. What do you mean? Why couldn't you talk? You could talk, Adam. What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not. Were you put on timeout or something? If you were, it's because you weren't behaving. I have to go back and check, Adam. I got moderators here that make sure that things stay kosher in the chats, so and stay cool and respectful. That's the one rule we have here. Just be cool with each other. Luis Medina, yep. Yeah, I mean, so MLB commentators, MLB now calling them Grand Dragon. Okay, this is too much. Sorry, Scratcher, it's way too much. Grand Dragon of the KKK. What? These people are crazy. So going back to Esteban Florial, Ron Marinaccio. I mean, I would still be adding another reliever, particularly once Luis Hill, because Luis Hill and Chad Green are now off the 40-man right now. And so they have to. I mean, they've replaced one Marinaccio. They have one more position, and then I'm guessing that guy's going to be up tomorrow. So probably Florial, probably. Yeah, people are blowing this way out of proportion. But again, that's what people do. They thrive on this type of stuff, right? They thrive on scandals and hate, and they throw their own take and twist into this stuff, and they try to run with it. So Clay Holmes, it looks like it right now. It looks like Holmes, Udall. All right, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Look, if you're not being cool, you'll get put on a timeout. So just got to be careful of that. Again, we keep this place on point. Odds of Holmes becoming a closer, I think very high now. And Mike King, I would probably keep him where he is. And and I would add another reliever. I really would. Yeah, I agree, Michael Jackson. IKF's getting better. I think if he tightens things up a little bit more on the defensive side, and then he's on point. He's on. But the kibosh on the Michigans. Look, that's what you got to do, man. That's why Udall's the enforcer. That's right, man. We don't play games. So it's looking pretty serious with Green. Yeah, when he's on the IL today, so he had forearm tightness, but then they're saying it's an elbow strain. So when a lot of stuff permeates in the forearm, that's generally a precursor to potential Tommy John. So we're going to see how he makes out over the next, obviously, 15 days. And then my guess is he'll probably try to toss or something, and then they'll make a decision then. Because Tommy John doesn't always get decided like immediately. Luis Hill was much more different. It's more drastic pain immediately, and it looks like it was a tear of the UCL. So on the collateral ligament, which is on the inside of the arm here. So this is a little bit different, but even so, I'm not ruling out Tommy John. And I think if that is Tommy John, it's probably the last pitch he's thrown as a Yankee. And this really sucks because he's going into a free agent year too. So I feel bad for the guy. As a Yankee fan, I've seen Boston win enough. Damn right, one plug. Heck yeah. Celtics team this year. They were good when they had Garnett and Pierce when they won the title. They were really good that year. if Gardner messes and knuckleballs. Udall, and you do your job well, bro. You do it well, and I thank you. Put him in the bathroom. Frankie Coffee Cakes, no good. Right, Dominic? I don't want his face. Look, put him in the bathroom. The bathroom scene is the greatest scene ever in the Bronx Tale. You're breathing on me. You're killing me. Exactly, Einhorn. Just be nice. That's right. I would love Luis Cessa to come back here. He was fantastic here. I was bummed out when they traded him. I get it was to clear payroll and they got rid of Justin. I get that, but like, if you can get a Cessa and a Castillo back here, that would be a huge trade for the Yankees. I really, really do. Oh, now you can't leave. That's the other best scene in the movie too. I mean, all the color ran out of their face. Backstage, running out of video ideas for yourself backstage. There's a lot of things. I mean, I obviously follow the current stuff. Work on. I would put together some ideas. Like, here's some trades that could put the Yankees in the World Series, or predictions as to trade deadline. I'm working on trade deadline predictions now. Even though trade deadline's a while away, I'm working on my early trade deadline predictions, and compare this team to other years' teams. Like I did with Derek and I did the 98 team. You can compare this team to the 2009. You can compare it to the 1996 team. You can compare it to the 2000. There's a lot of different things backstage. I mean, obviously, sometimes it is a little tough to come up with stuff. But again, I also look for the news and see what's going on. And it doesn't always have to be Yankees either. So, and that's the thing. Do something on Gardy. Or what prospect should be called up now, or things like that backstage. I mean, there's a lot of little things that not a lot of people talk about, and kind of just finding those little openings, if that makes sense. I'll send you some messages with a couple of other ideas backstage. Yeah, Ridings, I think he's on a long rehab back, as far as I know right now, Todd. So that's what I'm hearing. Tanaka and Cessa both be huge for the Yankees with Gary gone. Yeah, I mean, too bad Tanaka's playing back in Japan. He's playing really well, too. Is it possible the two Utes? The two what? That's another one, my cousin Vinny Robert. Oh, you brought me back, baby. 98 team was the best. John B., I did a video today with Derek Lewandowski. If you haven't seen his channel, NYY Recaps, go check it out. There's a video called The Freeze. He did one with me today. We talked about this team versus the 98 Yankees. Today, it's on his channel, NYY Recaps. If you guys haven't seen it, go take a look at that channel. It's really cool. A lot of good stuff. I got you backstage. I got some more for you. I think so too, Cola. I think it's good enough to get to the World Series. I think they need to make a trade for another piece or two to win the World Series, Cola. I would say that. But again, that's my opinion. They could make a run. They really could. So I like the attitude and the vibe of this team. I really, really do. Impingement. That's right, Iron Hawaiian. That's right. Joseph, have a great night. Don't ban me when they sign Judge. I'm not going to ban anybody, Steven. Believe me. If they sign Judge, fantastic. If they sign Judge, fantastic, man. What's your road to victory in Game 1 with Jamo? Mine is give me 6 with a nice 4-1 lead. Stanton Judge. Something like that, Dominic. Yeah, give him an early lead. Probably about a 3 or 4-1 lead as well. I would love Stanton Judge to go yard. I want to see Rizzo go yard too. Appreciate that, Mount. Thank you, man. I want to see. I'd like to see Rizzo go yard. I want to see Gallo kind of start heating up too. I did like to see. I like seeing Hicks get that hit today too, so that was nice to see. So somewhere that's generally it right now. And then I would give Severino like a 4 to 5 run lead as well in Game 2, Dominic. So. They have a shot at sweeping these guys. They really, really do. They got to win Game 2. They got to win the first game tomorrow with Jamo. So it's kind of similar to yours. 2019 was fantastic. They had a lot of great role players. Gallo's tradable, but not for much. At least I don't think he's tradable for much right now, at least. Trying to stir the racial pot. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, Giovanni. I just don't think it's necessary to do that. So we discussed Donaldson, Tanya. I mean, it's the way the way I see it is, I mean, let's start with Tim Anderson said, he called himself the Jackie Robinson of modern day. But I also put into context as he did it and then saying bringing fun back to baseball. So he didn't talk about any cultural, racial thing like that. He said the modern day Jackie Robinson with the goal of bringing fun back to the game. So that to me suggested that the game was kind of boring. And Josh Donaldson's one of these guys, these big personalities who likes to have fun and stuff like that. So I think he was getting on him. And this is something that happened 2 years ago, like 2.5 years ago in 2019. And they were going back and forth about this for a couple of years. All of a sudden, he took offense to it today. Now, I give Josh Donaldson credit. At the end of the game, he said that he break his balls back and forth. But if he now somehow it was read the wrong way or it sounded or hurt his feelings, he apologized after the game. So I got to give him credit for that. But at the end of the day, like I said this early, I said this too, is if they're talking about suspending Donaldson. First of all, the only two people that heard it were Donaldson and Anderson. So nobody can really corroborate this stuff, right? But if they're going to suspend Donaldson and not spend the Astros players for a year-long cheating scandal, then that to me stinks about baseball. Stinks. So, and that's just the way I look at it. But that's kind of my take on it, Tanya. Give us your take. Killed it easy. Oh, yeah. Yes, he definitely did. Tim Anderson, John, I hear what you're saying, man. I hear what you're saying. It's just, and I don't like going down that road. That's why, I try to keep politics off this channel. That type of stuff is very toxic, racist and all that, very toxic. So, and then when Bryce Harper talked about bringing fun back into baseball, I remember. Yeah, and he didn't call himself the modern day whatever, the modern day Ted Williams or whatever. So, yeah, 3:05 and 7:10 tomorrow. One about those 4 p.m. show. Yeah, Dominic, that's a good point too. That's a good point too. Now, what did he say? Stuff. What did he say in his interview? Talking about the cat with Grandal. I appreciate you. Ian Hawaiian, thanks for coming on, man. Exactly, LT in Japan. Baseball's my break from geopolitics. Debt versus her DP. Yeah, I hear that. Debt versus her. That's crazy. Mr. Coconuts, thank you. True. Try to keep it off here. It just rubs a lot of people the wrong way. But there are channels for that stuff, so it's totally fine. People run their channels the way we want. They want where they want to run them. I'm not going to attack other channels like they attack me. So, hey, Ronnie, what's easy, my Ronnie? Megan, honey, that's easy. That's right. The White Sox hate Donaldson. He accused Lucas Giolito of cheating when he was with the Twins. Yeah, I think he said something about the spider tag too. He did the same thing with Cole. And there was that spider tag stuff. Yeah, sometimes he has a tendency to open his mouth when he shouldn't. So I don't deny that. So they got Donaldson, Rizzo, Judge, and Stanton and driving the runs. Maybe DJ. The others need to just get on base. Yeah, Colby, exactly. I want to see DJ hit a couple of good hits tomorrow too. LaRussa's a snake. I didn't realize LaRussa was an attorney. John B. I did not know that. Exactly, Billy Branch. Thank you. We talk about baseball here. We talk about food. We talk about movies. We talk about mostly baseball, obviously, but exactly. Manny said he heard racial slurs. Yasmani said he heard. How could he hear it when it happened on the bases and Yasmani's behind the plate? That's what I'm like you. That's my like. I don't know. I could see Donaldson, picking, just egging people on. I could see it. And when Donaldson walked up to the plate, Grandal got in his face. Like I see it. I see it. thing about Donaldson is, well, that's true, Ola. He has a thing where he likes to joke around. He can be sometimes come exactly. That's something that the Yankees need, unfortunately. Like the Yankees, we needed to get back to being hated by a lot of teams. So, but he's got to obviously know when to shut his mouth. And again, he apologized tonight if he rubbed him the wrong way. Just perform on the field, dude. And don't get in trouble. You know what I mean? Egging people. Yeah, you want racism? Go play Ty Cobb. He was an open white supremacist. It was like he was crazy, and he was the dirtiest player in the history of the game. So, but the whole story does stink, and that's the problem. We don't know all of it. We're getting bits and pieces from here and there, and nobody knows the whole thing. So it's really hard to form an educated decision or a judgment or whatnot because we don't know the whole thing. So that's one of the other problems. If you would have told me that Donaldson was coming to the Yankees before it happened, I would have been against it, thinking him and Bauer can cut from the Yeah, he's definitely. Bauer's crazy, Billy. Donaldson can be a pest, but Bauer's obviously is a magnet for trouble. So no doubt about that. So I agree with you there, Billy. I would probably be the same way. I'd say he got a bit inside the seat headspace today, and look who won. He does have to watch it. I agree too, ELT in Japan. It's a good point. A picture of Moses in Larissa's head. Oh, goodness gracious. Seriously, Hirsch? Yeah, I don't think Donaldson's a bad guy. So it's a lot worse a-holes in baseball. Many lies are told about Cobb. Yeah, and many facts too, though. And that was a well-known one. Now, the movie's a different story. There's a different story. He was a well-known racist and a dirty player. The movie with Tommy Lee Jones, obviously they goose up that stuff. So I don't in the movie, but look at MLB historians. A lot of them will tell you. So Russo claims that he was tight with Moses. Moses cannot be reached. Yeah, exactly. I'm just glad he won today too. Yeah, Cobb was dirty, man. He tried to spike people with metal spike people in the face, spike people in the. Yeah. Duffney. Ron, baby. Save that last one for you. Al Stump was a fraud. He got arrested still selling pink pajamas, saying their house. Oh, jeez, Louise. Oh. These people are crazy. Mariana Duncan, we played today. We went today. That's it. Yeah, that's a great shirt. A great slogan. We're almost at 100 likes, 94. If you haven't hit that like button, please do so to help us get over 100, if you don't mind. The Spike store was a lie. He never says. I don't know about sharpened the spikes, but I know he went in. There's photos of him going into what do you call it? Going and spiking into people. So, but nevertheless, to me, he was the greatest pure hitter of all time. So Ty Cobb, and there's no denying his baseball gift. I appreciate you. We're at 100 likes. Thank you, guys and gals. We're like, Ty Cobb wanted to play, but none of us could stand them when we were alive, so he told him to stick it. Ron Duffney, I am of the opinion that has to be on the table, trading judge. And remember, I've said this since the beginning. The only reason I have it on the table is because he turned down a big extension. That's the only reason. I wouldn't do it otherwise. I've had that were outspoken, unlikable. Yeah, Clemens, everybody hated Clemens when he came here. And then all of a sudden, they endeared themselves to him. Like Wells, another one. He's like the party. He was outspoken. People loved him when he came here. Sheffield was another one. So Sheffield was intense too. But a gamer, man. An absolute gamer. Tough as nails, too. Tough as freaking nails. I'm thinking about LaRusso's once adopted a cat that was cornered on a baseball field. Well, good for him, Billy. That's good. Keep Judge, get Soto, trade him after we win. Trade both of them? Hell no. No way. I wouldn't do that. Although it's an intriguing possibility, Giovanni. Yeah, I saw the Japanese pitcher call. If he gets posted, I would guess the Yankees would be after him. I still hate Clemens. I hear a lot of people do word life. I actually met him in a Broadway show. He actually stood and peed in the urinal right next to me. My claim to fame, Roger Clemens. We peed next to each other. He was one. And after we washed our hands and went upstairs, I introduced myself. He was actually a really nice guy. Really nice guy. No way you trade the best. Happens all the time, Emmanuel. Boston traded Mookie, superstar, and they're doing fine. You know, both sides are doing fine. It happens on a regular. So, the best player turned down an extension. I mean, this is one reason why the Nationals are very likely going to trade Soto, because he turned down their extension. So they're both in the same boat. Sheffield belongs in the Hall of Fame. I agree. I loved it when he was with the Yankees. Freaking fantastic, man. If we were scared, Judge would go anywhere, protect him, team and bank and offering you. Yeah, I mean, personally, I thought their offer was good and fair, but not a lot of people do. After we can't give him what we want. Why hate on Clemens? A lot of people do. A lot of people do. So I don't get it personally, but all those cheating accusations, he won every case in court. He never tested positive. Even those, but sometimes accusations are worse than evidence, worse than proof. So accusations are enough, and it's unfortunate. But that guy was one of the greatest pitchers I've ever seen. And again, he was decent. Like Barry Bonds was an a-hole to the media. It's your boy. Like Barry Bonds was. It almost looked like he went out of his way to be a creep to people. Clemens didn't do that at the very least. So Clemens is all right, man. Student of the game too. 500 bombs should definitely get. Yeah, I would agree. Stanton's got like almost 360 now, so he can get 500 while he's with the Yankees. That would be awesome. I would love for him to get his 500th here. Trade for Soto and I mean, if you could do both, that would be amazing. So, in the perfect world, we trade for Soto and Judge meets Cashman in the middle. That would be phenomenal, Giovanni. Phenomenal. Clemens and Bonds were, they were in worlds of their own. Clemens and Bonds. Mr. Johnson would love so. Oh God, yeah. Who wouldn't? I would. Jumpy bombs or roids. Yeah, I mean, when Bonds came into baseball, he looked like me, like size-wise. When he left, he looked like Dwayne the Rock Johnson. He was gigantic. He was a Hulk. But again, he was a Hall of Fame type talent when he first came in too. So he was hitting multiple MVPs and all this stuff before he even turned into the most dangerous player I've ever seen in my life. So hitter. And MLB was silently cool with PD usage until they got pressured by Congress. Then they did an about face, but Selig was so gutless. And what's crazy, Billy, is Clemens, all of those cases, he won in court, which was crazy. Bonds home run off Ted Lilly. Oh, yeah, an upper right field, upper deck in Yankee Stadium. I was at that game. His trainer admitted injecting himself. Same trainer who got pitted HG. Pettit openly admitted that he used it. And again, he admitted injecting him, but the problem is you could just say I injected him and whatnot, but there's no proof. That's the thing too. I understand what you're saying, word life, for like Brian McNamee is the name of the trainer. And I still don't get it, because he never lost the drug test. He never failed the drug test. So that's the thing. But I get it. It was just an ugly situation. So yeah, Bonds was huge, man. Trade Judge gets Soto. I'm on board, Ron Duffney. On board, baby. Soto was just eating that Dominican cuisine. He's eating those chuletas and rice and beans and maduros and like all the good stuff, man. The good stuff. Kevin Mensch catcher had an 8-inch hat. Did he really? Did he really? I didn't remember that. Well, I gotta see this now. One plug. I mean, you make a good point. Like, honestly, they could sign both of them. They could trade for Soto and sign Judge, right? Go over the tax this year, and then they have like 60-something million coming off the books after 2022, and then like another 40 or 50 in 2023. So they'll be right under the threshold again, even after signing these guys. So I mean, it is possible. And at that point, if you have guys like some of these young prospects kind of making it up to the major leagues, then you're in a spot, man. You're in a spot, Soto would be perfect here. So ethnic cuisine. Guilty. I hear that, man. Jordan Montgomery and Ted Lilly, hard luck. Yeah. Pettit admitted, I don't think he's a borderline Hall of Fame guy. He was borderline, Billy, just short, but his postseason pedigree was crazy. I mean, his postseason numbers were better than Kurt Schilling's. And Kurt Schilling, I think, being an open white supremacist, kind of, I think, kept himself out of the Hall of Fame, unfortunately. So that worked against him. Ken Singleton and partner on GameSpot. Biggest. Oh, God. Praying to the baseball gods to make this happen. Soto, Judge, Stanton, Gallo, Donaldson. I mean, it will be murderer's row, Giovanni, especially if Gallo's hitting. David Cornford. I think he falls short, one plug, in terms of career stats, but he's up there. I love David Cohn. I mean, even Alfonso Soriano could have been borderline too. He had 400 plus home runs, and if you look at his stats, he was up there. Pettit belongs in the Hall of Fame, my personal opinion. If you look at his era of baseball, how many pitchers are going to get over 260? Well, I don't disagree, LT. I do think CC Sabathia gets into the Hall of Fame. But you're right. 260 games, a lot of wins. And again, he was one of the best postseason pitchers I've ever seen. Pettit. Yeah. Pettit outdueled Smoltz. Yes. In game 5 in Atlanta. Yes. Posada, I think, is borderline too. CC, I think, is going to go in first ballot. Pettit, best pickoff pitch move in baseball. I think Bernie was borderline too. They had a lot of guys. I mean, with the exception of Jeter, obviously, and Vera, they had a lot of borderline guys on the team at the same time. It's one reason they made that team was so special. So, Posada, yeah, I agree, Dominic. Switch hitting, I mean, bulldog catcher, I agree. I liked Posada. I really did. Yeah. Fred McGriff, borderline. Yep, borderline. Yep. Fred McGriff's another borderline. Yeah, I agree. Let me wrap this up, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you guys and gals for coming on. I appreciate your support, and I will keep coming with recaps, and I'll be filling you with all the insight and stuff like that. Once we get more definitive stuff on Chad Green and if other people come up and down and whatnot, you'll know right away. And one plug, Stephen Drew is no way a Hall of Fame right now. Come on. That's funny, man. Peace and love, everybody. Over and out.